Alrighty. Hey, mamas, and thank you so much for tuning in for our Empowered Mama segment. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing fellow Empowered Mama Elizabeth Balay. Elizabeth is a mama to 3 beautiful kids, wife, and speech language therapist with over 11 years of experience working within the pediatric setting, and who also happens to be my sister-in-law. Thank you so much for joining us today, Elizabeth. We're so excited to talk with you.
So excited to be here. And it's a true honor to be able to speak to other mamas out there and be able to empower as much as I can on my end.
Yes, we love to hear it. We love to hear it. So I'll get right into it. I feel like, you're a mom of 3, and like a new mom too, because baby boy is not even a year yet. So it's such a busy life. How do you find balance for like your work life situation? How do you do it all?
Ooh, that's a good question. We can all probably relate to this. It's just honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm on autopilot.
Yeah.
It's just getting up, doing what I got to do, get ready for breastfeed, get ready for work, make sure that all the outfits are taken out, because my husband and we switched roles for a little while. Your brother.
Yep.
So we switched roles for a little while because he just finished his graduate program. And so that in itself was another experience. But yeah, he just finished and he's been working part-time. So he's been taking the role while I've been going to work during the week. So it's just a matter of just, knowing what I got to do, get it done, and be a mom. Like there's really no explanation on how I do it. It's like I just do it.
That's the beauty of moms. We're like the jack of all trades when it comes to literally just getting it done, right?
It's true. It's true.
However it works, it works.
Exactly. Some days are different than others. Some days my 5-year-old wants to follow those instructions, and then other days she's like, no, I don't want to. And it's like,
it's like, not today, please.
Yeah, exactly. And then my 3-year-old, he has his personality, and it's a matter of just figuring out, how that day is going to go, because every day is different. Some days I feel like crying and screaming because it's just all their personalities are different. And then I have my 8-month-old who needs me and breastfeeding, and he gets clingy and things like that. I'm still going through that postpartum, and that's a lot of things people don't understand that we go through, even 8 months after.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a matter of just, figuring it out. Like I said, some days it's perfect. Some days I feel like screaming and crying, but I make it through.
Yeah. And it's okay if you scream and cry, because we need to let it out.
It's true. It's true. Thank God for the bathroom.
Not bottle all that in,
No, it's true.
I feel that in my soul, because I feel like I just got over postpartum and I have a 3-year-old. So it's
No, it's real. It's real.
It's one of those situations, but it also goes to show you the importance of community, having, a partner who can help you out alongside. And obviously he's not helping out, he's being a parent. So
exactly. Which is great. Exactly. That's a really good way to put it.
That's awesome. So how would you say motherhood has encouraged you to take this path of your purpose? Because I feel like I know since I've met you, you've been in this field, and obviously you worked in a pediatric setting. So there was something there that kind of already struck a chord with you, that you loved what you did. But now being a mom, how has that transitioned into allowing you to kind of keep up that passion with what you're doing?
Well, honestly, the thing I love about the field that I'm in is I'm able to take everything I learned in school and work and bring it home. I pretty much, it's a matter of just figuring out that balance. And I have been able to figure it out since I have been in the field so long. I know what to expect. I know what I need to do. I just know, it just clicks, so now added mamahood, that's another thing. Of course, putting that in the mix, it's hard, but it's another thing that you begin to figure out. So just putting it kind of meshed well together, because I got used to doing work and I got used to being a mom, and I was able to just put it together and it just meshed. It's like there's really no explanation on how I did it, honestly. And And you hit the nail on the head. It's also my best friend, which is Eli, my husband.
Yeah.
He has made this transition of being at work and being a wife. Excuse me, not a wife and a mother, right?
Yeah.
You still have to be a wife.
We wear many hats.
Right? Exactly. So many hats.
Yes.
He's helped make that transition a lot easier for me, and I have to, I'm humbled, 100% humbled for having that support with my husband, because not everybody can say that.
Yeah.
Some people and their situations are all different. But for me in my home, that change with work and being a mom, although I figured it out being a mom, I figured it out being and working at home, working and then putting it together, I figured it out. But what made that transition easier was that help from my best friend, my soulmate.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. And
Yeah.
have you felt that working with within the field of like speech language has helped you be able to communicate with your kids at an earlier stage? Like how has that helped you when it comes to being able to just get things done with such young kids, so do you feel like that's helped you in that
Being a speech therapist?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I learned so many techniques through being a speech therapist that I definitely did bring it to the home. And a big one of that is signing, doing baby signs.
Yes.
With my kids. That's been a huge thing. Knowing how to help them with their expressive skills, on how to express themselves. I did start very, very, very young, because you can. And that's something that I know we could get a little bit into with the sign, the signs. Yeah. But I definitely, knowing how to teach them how to use certain skills with their expression, with their understanding, I was definitely able to bring that into the home.
That's great.
Yeah.
And I know that you believe in life is about practicing love, kindness, and taking the opportunity to grow as a person overall. What steps would you say as a mama that you've done for yourself? Like, can you give me some examples of maybe some self-work that has helped you progress in your journey of mamahood and womanhood and, all of it? Whole hood.
Sometimes trying to figure that out is super hard. It took some time, but my personal thing is taking a shower.
Yeah.
Shower time.
Yes.
Because I literally, I'm still trying to figure things out. I'm still trying, because baby number 3 was a surprise. Yeah. So as you know.
Yeah, we all knew that.
It was not planned.
We're all shocked.
God said.
Shocked and surprised.
Say that again.
I said we were all shocked, but it was a pleasant shock.
It was a beautiful
Yes,
surprise.
Absolutely.
But so it's from going to 1 to then 2 to then 3. It was just a big change in my life. So now that I am at baby number 3, the only time I really do have for myself is that shower. I literally they go to bed. I go in and, hey, they say that meditation, it doesn't have to be the whole, sitting in front of a garden or sitting at the beach, all those are ways to meditate. But my way right now is to just get those kids to sleep, know that they're good, get into the shower. My husband knows to leave me alone.
Mama time.
And I enjoy myself there, and I just get that time in.
Yeah.
And then, that's definitely every night. And then, when I can get out there to go get a mani, a pedi, my husband supports me in that. So
yeah, just getting the self-care and the mindfulness, taking time for mindfulness. And that could be
it gets hard
anywhere.
It gets hard, but yes.
Finding those little bits of peace, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, girl. Oh yeah.
Yes. I hear you. I definitely hear you for sure. Like, this is definitely one of my forms of getting a little time for myself, is literally being able to interview other moms and doing my own podcast. Like, that's legit, like, my time. Like, I make my husband like, go away, take your child.
It's me. It's about me right now. Yeah,
literally. So, okay. Another thing is that I know that you have a children's book in the works to help toddlers begin the process of building their language skills, but we're going to keep that a little on the hush hush, because it's in the works. And once it's available and all that goodness, we'll be sure to, we'll create a whole nother interview style.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But how have you worked with your own kids and helping them build their language skills? Can you give us some like examples? Like when can mamas start working with their babies and building their communication?
Great question. I love that question. I could talk about this all day.
Yeah,
So I'm, I have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and an 8-month-old. So with all of them, I have worked, I've worked with my 5-year-old since she was little using baby signs, and just overall communication. Just never stop talking to your children. If people get into a space of like, oh, why am I talking to my child? They don't talk back. They don't understand me. No, they do.
Yeah.
Their brains are little sponges, without a doubt. And a lot of people, don't understand that they are. So you want to utilize as much language always, just always talking to them, singing to them, reading to them. I'm all about the singing in the books. Even if it's the same book that you read every night, you read to them every night. It gets them into a routine. Kids love routines. That's definitely very important for language development, reading to them, singing songs, something, when you're in the kitchen, using daily living, like when you're eating, oh, you see the apple, name the apple. You see the banana, oh, look at the banana. Always talking to them, always showing them when they're getting dressed, look at your shirt, look at your pants or your undies. Always using language at all times that you can, always talking to them because they're taking in that information. Their brains are expanding and they're growing. So that's something I've always done with all 3 of them since they were little, throwing in that sign language. A lot of, I don't know, is this something that you want to get more into? Do you want me just to talk about the signs I use?
Yeah.
Or,
How about, give us like top, like 3 signs that a mom could use with her baby and helping them build kind of that connection, right?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, my son, the 8-month-old, he started signing milk at 6.5 months. So that's really exciting. I'm like,
I could say that to my nephew.
I know, right? So yeah, he started at 6.5 months signing milk, and milk is a good one. So it's like this. And I would say milk, I would say eat, functional words, eat. The cool thing is that it looks like you're eating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like you're milking a cow. Right?
That's what, yeah.
There you go. A lot of these signs sometimes, have certain ways of that you do it, that it looks like, wow, that does make sense. That does look like that. So eat, all done. It's
all
easy
done.
because
wait, is it hand start out?
So you like come towards you and then out.
All done.
All done. Yeah. And something that, a lot of moms and, dads and caregivers that do sign with their, with the little ones, it might seem like, oh, wait, are they signing more? So for example, my 8-month-old, when he started signing more, he would do this, more. Looks like he's clapping, but it was context. So if I was feeding him something he was enjoying, I worked on the word more. Repetition is key. Just repeating, saying, oh, more, doing hand over hand, which means that you put your hands on theirs and you show them, how to do it, right? Even though they might not be doing it exactly like this, because they're still building their fine motor skills, so he does this. And eventually, my daughter went from this to this. This. Like every child has their way of doing it. So I just wanted to throw in that little tip.
Yes, no, I know that you've taught me with my baby, and he's not a baby anymore. And he definitely let me know that, my big boy. He for sure is like, stop calling me baby. And like, right? Like, but you are my baby.
Yep.
Yeah, but
they are between us.
Yes, exactly. We know the deal. They're gonna always be our babies. But I could definitely attest to how helpful it was, especially for myself, because being home alone with this baby, like, and all they're doing is like crying, and you're like, I don't know what tell me, what is it that you need? And I think it was, that part was so helpful. And that was like the biggest part of his communication was the leche, because he was obsessed. And you can
use it with another language.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And that's what we said. We did leche for milk. And he picked that up real quick too.
I remember. I
used it
remember.
all the way up until he was able to actually verbalize it. And it helped so much
That's
for
what you call pre-linguistic skills. So it's
pre-linguistic skills.
right before they start talking.
Mhm.
So you're building their
Yeah.
pre-linguistic skills. So right before they start talking, you're using those signs because it's a visual language. You know,
Yeah.
the first thing that babies learn are gestures. You know, evidence-based shows that, and proves that children, the first thing they learn are gestures, you know,
Mhm.
and that's just how the brain works. And that's why using signs is so helpful, because it's a visual language, you know. And then what you're doing, if you're doing that repetition, you are adding that word. You're not just, you know, a lot of misconceptions. A lot of people feel like, wait, but my child is going to lose their language, or they're not going to start talking. You know, what you're doing is, it's pretty much, you have to look at it like a bridge. It's that bridge in communication. You know, you're signing milk, but you're also saying it.
Yes.
Milk or leche, whatever language you use.
Yeah.
It could be any language, because, you know, it's whatever language you're working on at home.
Absolutely.
So so it's really great. So I definitely recommend it. You know, it's definitely been proven that it has reduced frustration for not only the child, but for the parent.
Yeah, for the mama for sure. Because we would
You
even
know?
be in spaces where you know, like a family member or friend would be holding him. And I remember the sign for help, right? This is help.
Yep. Help.
And this little boy would look at me and just be like he wanted me to grab him
Wow.
because he couldn't verbalize it.
That's
Like,
amazing.
and
I love it.
he cried, but he was like, he would kind of go along with certain things, but I would feel his energy. You know, like mamas just have that connection.
Oh, yes.
And I would already know. So I'm already like watching him like a hawk. And he would just be like, I mean, he wasn't doing it like that exactly, but I would see him kind of like,
Right. You knew. Exactly.
and it was the funniest thing because I was able to understand him in that sense before he even escalated to having like a full blown meltdown.
That is amazing.
And also for my own self insanity, I would be like, okay, time to, you know, like, and I would take him back, because a lot of times when you're also going through postpartum, that's something like you need your baby kind of like.
That's so true.
It was
it's so true, that postpartum, that like you need the baby as much as they need you.
I know. I was like, okay, give me him, you know. So
Yeah.
I would say that 100% it was so helpful. And you know, we unfortunately lost some of the signs, like forgot how to do some, but I always ask you, and I know that baby number 2 is on the way. So I'm gonna make it a point to continue learning, but also going further with it, because learning ASL in general is such
it's a beautiful language.
There's so many, there's a whole other world out there of you know, of people who
exactly different rules apply when using actual American Sign Language. What we're doing is we're just using you know, just words from that language.
Gotcha.
You know, just using signs. You know, we're not using actual ASL, because there are different, you know, rules to it. But what we're doing is we're just kind of like borrowing some words to help with this pre-linguistic language building.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, that's good to know. See, I learned
This is
something
from
new.
American Sign Language more, you know, but
Wow.
as learning, you'll learn more of the rules of the language.
Okay. Well, I know I can always call you up and ask you, because you'll let me know.
I'm forever learning, and I got you. I'll even if I don't know, I'll help you. We'll figure it out.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So let me see. What's another question I have? I have to write my questions out so they don't all get like mom brained in there.
I feel you.
All right. So to wrap it up a little, you know, we'll get the night going. What is some advice that you can offer other mamas?
The first thing that comes into my mind is, don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Just thinking about it gets me like a little, like I get chills all over my body, because you're doing a great job. You are doing a great job. Those kids that look for you every day, love you, that unconditional love. And we get to a space that it's like, am I doing enough? Am I reading enough? Am I playing enough? Oh, I didn't play enough today. Oh my goodness, I didn't give that attention to the baby, you know, or oh, Sophia, my oldest, she needed me and I wasn't there, and I was just focused on being stressed about work, you know. And we get into a space and we tend to be very hard on ourselves. Don't be. These kids will always remember how hard you work and how much you do love them by the work you're doing. Like right now, you're working for your baby,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and your family. And it's just, we get caught up, no matter what you're doing out there, you're doing great. And I just want to say that to all the mamas, because, and stick together. Let's stick together. Remember, we all have different journeys. We all have different ways of doing things. We all have different ideas and different just ways of thinking in general. But at the end of the day, you're doing the best you can, and you are doing great, and you're doing, and your children see that. So I just want to say that. I know that was like a long-winded answer.
No,
but
that was good. That was great. I was like, you telling me to thank you because we need to
all
hear
mamas
it.
out there.
You definitely need to hear, and
Yeah.
back same to you, because I know
Thank
that
you.
seeing you as a mom, even, you know, you were a mom way before I was a mom, and seeing you as a mom, it was definitely a beautiful experience to be able to watch you guys go through the process of becoming parents and seeing all the things that you had to go through to, you know, just be a mom and get
Yeah.
through it. And, you know, obviously you and I, we talk outside of Zoom. So,
Yeah.
so we
Yeah.
know, you know, each other's history with that. And I just feel like you're definitely doing amazing yourself. And I know
Thank
I look
you.
up to you and look to you for advice and just, you know,
And vice versa.
a safe space
Yeah.
to be able to communicate, because you're right. Mamas need it. Like we need that community, and we need to just be there for each other. Like that's
Yeah.
just the important part of it. You know, mamahood was never meant to be done alone. Like we need that village
Truth.
for
That
sure.
is so true. And
Yeah.
that's why I love that you're doing this podcast and you are empowering moms by having other moms on here and talking about it, because we all have different journeys,
Yes.
all
Amen.
different and all beautiful at the end of the day.
Yes. Amen, sister. Like, woo, amen. But thank you so much for
Thank you.
tuning in to, or for not for, well, everyone watching for tuning in, and for you for joining us on this, my Empowered Mama segment. And so giving me the opportunity to interview you. So it's definitely been amazing. And I'm grateful to have you in my life. And I love you so much.
Love you.
And thank you again, sister. Love you.
I love you.
And thank you all to the viewers. Please tune in for some more. Like and subscribe my page. And be on the lookout, because when Elizabeth is dropping her book, you know I'm shouting it out. So
That's right.
so we'll talk soon and we'll be in touch.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.